Welcome back. Call us at 0808 054 2233 for any questions you have on the subject. The number again is 0808 054 2233, and you can always tweet at CTV_Mary A while we go on with the topic of detoxification. Now, people say that what happens in the body after a while is that the individual cells of the body become impervious. So nutrients are not able to get into those cells optimally. And that's why, you know, people are unhealthy, they don't get the best out of their food. Is this true?
Absolutely. You see, at the end of the day, you're an aggregate of your cells. Each human body has something in the range of between, depending on which numbers you're looking at, between 3 and 30 trillion cells. Right? Every single cell is important. Now, every single cell gets nutrients from only one source, and that's your blood. The blood takes nutrients to them, but the same blood also takes the waste away from them. Now, if the waste is not taken away efficiently, it accumulates. As it accumulates, the cells become less efficient in generating the energies that they need for daily function. And that way, the cells begin themselves to degenerate. Let me frighten you a little bit. That is the beginning of the formation of what we call a cancer cell.
Ah, okay. The question obviously staring us in the face now is, what's to be done about this? Since the body seems to be overwhelmed with these toxins, what next?
What next is begin to detoxify. If your body is beginning to give you symptoms that it is laboring under a load of toxins, the best thing you could do for it is to remove those toxins.
But by the way, some of these signals you're talking about that the body might give a person, the person might not recognize. Just, you know, as a lay person, you don't really know what's going on, except from, you have educated us in times past that sometimes you eat and you bloat. That's one of the symptoms, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the only, are there other things, obviously, that a normal person would just notice about himself, herself, that I'm not like I used to be. Something seems to be wrong.
You see, your body is, and I say this to my patients, your body is smarter than a doctor. So your body knows when it is not doing things right. And your body also understands that there is only one language you understand, and that's the language of pain.
Okay.
So each time that something likely to go wrong, or has actually gone wrong, it slams you with pain. And when the pain hits you, it could be a headache, could be a backache, could be a tummy upset, could be, you feel the pain. The body is saying, pay attention, there is something you need to do here. But most of us either tend to ignore those symptoms, or we think, it's not bad enough, I'll deal with it later.
Or I'll take some medicine.
Right. And I've explained to some of my patients, how often are you walking along in the street and you suddenly feel a sharp pain across the back of your eye and you say, wow, what was that? And you blink once or twice and the pain goes away.
We're getting a phone call from Frank. Please keep that thought. Hello, Frank.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Frank. What's your question?
Please, on the issue of the detoxification, how can a layman recognize some of the effects when you know that a lot of toxins are in your body? How can you easily recognize that there are a lot of toxins in your body?
Okay, thank you, Frank. That's what we're on right now, and I'll let you continue.
Okay, your body will tell you because it hits you with the pain. The pain could be a headache. It could be any other kind of pain. It's the particular organ that is most affected that would reflect the pain that you feel.
So if it's the liver, there will be problem in that quarter.
Yes.
If it's the kidney, there will be problem in
But
that quarter.
You could also have general pains like a headache, for example, that refuses to go away. or a fever that refuses to abate even after you've used a number of drugs, or your bowel motion that keeps doing flip-flops. Today you're constipated, tomorrow you're running.
Okay.
The body has many ways of bringing you in touch with how it feels.
What can someone do in the space of 24 hours, for example, to kind of get rid of some toxins? Or is it something you have to go to the hospital to do?
No, you don't need to go to a hospital. For example, the best thing you can do for yourself is sleep.
Okay.
And get to bed before 10:30.
Oh, the time matters.
The time.
I thought it was the duration of the sleep.
No, the duration is not particularly relevant. You see, nobody sleeps for 4 or 5 hours at a stretch. You sleep in cycles.
Okay.
Each sleep cycle is 90 minutes. And it is the first sleep cycle that is your detoxification cycle. If you miss that first sleep cycle, your detox for that night is transferred to the following night.
It's not transferred to the second sleep cycle?
No, it isn't.
Okay.
It transferred to the following night. So you could have a situation in which you're accumulating many nights of toxins that should have been gotten rid of.
Okay, so sleep by what time?
I say 10:30. That is what I believe.
Okay.
And the reason is this. The question then is, how do you sleep? Why do you sleep? Your body produces a hormone called melatonin, and the production begins as soon as it gets dark.
Okay.
Your body senses
Sorry,
it.
I've got to hold you there. We told them to call in, and Michael is calling in. Hello, Michael.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Michael. What's your question?
Yes, I have loads of questions, but I will make it brief.
Please do.
I was actually diagnosed to have a uric acid problem.
Okay.
That's where I found that my triglyceride was very high. To some extent, I had gout. And ever since then, I've been going for series of tests and all that. It shows that my kidney is being impaired. Using some drugs and then I've been trying to change my lifestyle.
Okay.
But in as much as I'm doing that, I still have high uric
triglycerides.
acid. Yes.
Okay.
So how can I treat that?
All right. Thank you, Michael.
I've been on it for a while.
Thank you very much, Michael. First of all, is sleep relevant to him too?
It is.
Okay.
It's relevant to all of us. Triglycerides are simply part of what you call your lipid profile, your cholesterol profile, that is. Triglycerides are just three-pronged fat molecules. Triglycerides. If you're not managing your fat profile very well, your liver needs a little bit of support.
Okay.
Because it's your liver that controls your cholesterol and your other fat levels.
Is this something that Michael can do by himself at home?
Oh, yes, it
Because
is.
doctors don't seem to be looking in that direction.
He can do it by himself at home. He can give himself liver support. He can go to a pharmacy that has a good natural health section,
Okay.
and look for something to support his liver. Because if you don't, that is the gateway to bigger things that would happen as you go forward.
Okay. Do we have a phone call coming in? Hello? Hello? Okay. Let's take a short break. We'll be back with the rest of the show. Stay with us.